Welcome to Radical Underdogs, and this is race 2 we're going into. Race 1 was pretty eventful, so if you haven't seen that, go and see that. It's on the channel, links are in the description. It was eventful probably in the wrong way for us, a bit of contact which fortunately turned out to be cosmetic only again, so we're getting quite fortunate with these contacts actually. You can see the video on that, kind of unavoidable I think. We are now going into race 2 where we start 16th out of 35. This is the last corner. Peter Higton's going through on the inside.
It's very precise.
This is the precious fuel that the country is after this weekend.
And Adam's just throwing it on the
This is a waste.
Oh, you can't swear on YouTube.
No, bleep it out.
I will bleep it out.
Good idea. Adam's throwing it on the freaking floor.
Take 2.
And this is race 2.
And we're going to go straight to the start-finish straight, where the lights are on and they are off, and we are starting in 16th position, and it's not a bad first gear. Second gear seems all right, and we're going up through the gears. Oh, but actually that's a bad shift, so we're going to lose quite a few positions now as cars sort of stream through on the inside. As we go to Redgate for the first time, and that's number 45 Graham Rumsey making his way through. That's the blue and white car, Robert Greensmith in 122 up ahead, and on the inside there's another car coming through I think. And are we going to lose that place as we go down the Craner curves for the first time down to the old hairpin? It's important we get set up. That is 95 Paul McCurlin, who's gone through on the inside, and he's going to make it through. Let's go side by side through the old hairpin, get a bit of a tank snapper, but actually correct it. There's a car in the grass on the outside there, so we're going to need to be careful to avoid him as he rejoins the circuit. And there's going to be three cars side by side now as we go up into McLean's for the first time and slotting into position, but actually holding it around the outside. No, okay, slotting into position now. Can we recover a bit of the lost ground? Going up into Coppice now, actually, and that's there's a lot of time being made up there. Car 73, Bo Parry, and actually we need to be better at that corner. You've seen the last race, actually, I lose a lot of time in that corner. Anyway, Bo is still behind us, so we've managed to keep the place despite that. Quite a big lunge down the inside. Now going down to the S's for the first time, we're going to get peppered, I think, with a huge amount of gravel that gets dragged onto the circuit. Here we go, yeah. Machine gunned again. Look, I'm surprised this windscreen's going to survive this whole race. So there we are, going down to the Melbourne hairpin for the first time. Actually, that's not a bad run through the S's, and we've got a good run. Sticking to the outside, going outside, inside, getting to the racing line. Bo Parry's got it, and there's a car facing the other way. There's cars on the grass. That's Kevin Bird in car 59 rejoining the circuit ahead of us. And there's cars all over the place behind us, one taking to the grass there. Looks like he might be retiring. But for us, we're definitely continuing, and now through Goddard's, and actually not taking a defensive line, and probably going to lose this place down on the inside. But no, he's sticking in the outside. That's number 17, Harry Storer. And now we're going to see to the outside shot as we go past Harry Storer and myself side by side, now going down into Redgate. And I'm going to take the inside line, which is definitely the preferable position for Redgate. And we're going to hold this position. There's potentially contact behind. It's all going off down at Redgate, and there's sort of 2 cars side by side ahead of us. And actually, we found ourselves in a little bit of a pocket, probably half a second either side, as we take the run down Craner curves down towards the old hairpin. Just correcting that. That would have been a high-speed spin. Down into the old hairpin now. And collecting us. And actually, there's a mistake there. Kevin Bird in car 59 made a mistake through the old hairpin. It's all about momentum, Donington Park. And I said that in the last race. And we're going to make our way through here on Kevin Bird up to McLean's, which is and Paul McClellan is following us behind. Oh, sorry, it's Harry Storer. It's a similar livery car. Harry Storer also following us through Kevin Bird there, and now going down into Coppice, setting us up nicely for the starting straight. We're going to skip forward in the lap, had a good run on the S's, and again maybe there's a position to be gained here down into the Melbourne hairpin. No, going to the outside. Maybe I can get a better run out of the corner. That is car 27, Dan Blake. Very close behind is Kevin Bird, and is he going to try and find a way through? There's Graham Rumsey on the grass, and a few other cars rejoining the circuit. Kevin Bird's on the inside, but he's got Graham Rumsey as well on the inside. He's making it through, he's making it work actually. So all the way around the outside. I think Graham's got a problem. He gets hands up, he's going into the pits. That causes a bit of chaos behind. I don't know if anyone actually hit Graham there. But anyway, going down the main straight, and we've got Brad Jones in car 69. He's made a good run out of that last corner, and he's going to make it all the way around the outside of Redgate. Is that going to be possible? They're going to have to give him space because he's very close. That could all end in tears, but no, he's made it way through. That's Harry Storer on the inside, so I'm losing 2 positions in 1 corner. And Peter Higton in the car number 4 might well go through as well, but no, actually managing to hold that one off. That was almost a disastrous corner. Three places in 1 corner, ended up being 2. Not a bad run through the old hairpin and keeping that place. But Peter Higton is still behind us, and he is very, very close at the end of this lap, going over the start finish straight once again down into Redgate. Last time I lost 3 places, determined not to lose another one, but Peter is determined to take this place as well. So who's going to win out down into Redgate? He's braked slightly later. Is he going to try and switch back, to park it on the apex? And I think we got the place for now. Now we've got to go down through the run through the Craner curves, and actually holding this position. Looks like the old hairpin's quite a difficult place to pass, so I think we're going to be safe for the old hairpin. And as we run through the old hairpin, now that's it, absolutely keeping it nice and tidy, keeping it safe. A little bit of a wobble on the exit, but I think we're all right. But having said that, I think there's a much better run as Peter's got out of that corner. So Peter Higton is going to make a pass here, maybe. No, defending on the inside and staving him off for another corner. Got a really good run out of that old hairpin to come up to that position there. As we go through Coppice now, again, I've been really poor on this corner. I mentioned that earlier, and Peter's always taking advantage of that. And now we're going down the back straight towards the S's. And we are skipping forward to the Melbourne hairpin, another corner I have not been doing well at. And it was mentioned in the last video in the comments. Actually, maybe I've been taking the wrong line. It's difficult to get the power down in that line that I was doing. Whatever was going on there, it's really difficult to get the power down. And Peter Higton's got a good run, but he's going to be on the outside around at Goddard's, and I think it's going to be really difficult to stick it around the outside there. He's going to give it a go anyway. Oh no, he's going to try and do the switchback manoeuvre like he tried at Redgate, but I think we've got this one covered, but I'm going to have to go defensive anyway. All this battling is letting the cars ahead just get miles ahead, because we're just losing time hand over fist. But it's on the outside down into Redgate. He's got a much better run this time. Potentially he's going to make it stick, but no, he's going to go back to do the inside line again, and potentially he's going to get a run through the Craner curves. I haven't cut him off. Actually, it's probably the right thing to do there, was to cut him off there. But Peter Higton's now got a good line down the outside of the Craner curves. We're side by side, still side by side through the Craner curves. Can we get side by side through the old hairpin? Going down to 3rd gear just to give him a bit of space, and we're both side by side through the old hairpin. I don't know how we're still side by side, but it's keeping the place remarkably. But he's definitely going to have a good run up to the top of the hill here, and he's going to go on the outside, taking the inside line, trying to be defensive. But it looks like actually he's losing another place here. That's car 76, Charles Medwin, coming to my rescue because I was under all sorts of pressure there. And he's going to try and make it through my position as well, but no, actually covering that off. And I live to breathe. That was quite some pressure there that Peter Higton was putting on. And actually, the battling behind me has allowed me to get ahead. And there's a car facing the other way at Melbourne, at the Melbourne hairpin. Everyone seeming to avoid contact there. And again, a few laps later, I think I've had a bit of a relaxing time, but actually Charles Medwin wants to have something to say about that, and he has braked super late into the Melbourne hairpin. He's basically closed up the entire gap in the space of 1 corner. So he is now definitely on a charge and wanting to get through. As we go up through Goddard's, always a bit of an off-camber corner, quite difficult to get the power down. Always struggle, and that never feels like a good corner. But he is now got a good run down the start finish straight, and there is a car going slowly ahead of us. Are we going to get 3 of us through at Redgate? and potentially, so we're going inside, there's 3 of us side by side, and there's contact, keeping control of it, but I think he's going to get through despite a little bit of a barge on the way through. I'm sure he didn't mean it. Charles Medwin now on the inside of Craner Cove, all the way around the outside. Another brave move. He's pulled it off nicely. Now down into the old hairpin, and potentially getting a good run here, but no, actually losing it and catching it. But that is losing a lot of momentum, and from being quite far back now, Peter Higton, having spent a lap, 2 laps trying to get past, is going to get the sweep past in the easiest move due to that mistake. So potentially now we're going to skip right through. This is the last sequence of corners. This is the last lap. There is a car off ahead in the gravel ahead of us. The track is now more like a sandcastle than a track. Look at the amount of gravel on the circuit. It's difficult for everyone to get power down. I think Dan Blake has a problem. He's been really slow on the straight, so maybe has some sort of gearbox or engine issue there for Dan Blake. He's on the inside, and Peter Higton he's locked the brakes and he's gone wide, and all that work has gone for nothing, because it is now going up to the last corner. Can we get through? Just need to remind you, this is the last lap, this is the very last corner. Peter Higton is going to go through. This is the last corner, Peter Higton's going through on the inside, but side by side, and are we going to get over the line? It's going to be a photo finish as we go over the line, and I think we have kept the place. We have kept the place. That was 17th position, and 28 seconds behind the leader at the end. After all that fighting, that was quite some race.
Why? I'm just reading.
Do the checks, Mike.
Right. GPS off. Cameras off.
Done.
Did we check tyre temps?
No.
Lazy Oh, swore again. Leave that out. Check oil and refill.
Done.
Brake fluid and coolant?
Done.
Defuel?
Done.
Driver changes and feedback?
Done. Oh yeah, less crashing.
Less crashing. Good plan. Jack up car?
Done.
Did that. Wobble check for the wheels?
Yep.
Wheels off and tyre inspection?
Yep.
Did that. Brake pad check?
Yep.
Spanner checks?
Yep.
Exhaust mount check?
Yep.
Camo caster bolt markings?
Yeah, sort of.
Okay, easy. Brake slider greasing?
No, we didn't do that.
Well, that's just. Why is it even on the list? Wheels on? Yeah,
wheels on. Yeah.
Car down, boom.
Yeah.
Wheel got torque. Yes, I did that. Check lights.
Oh yeah, we haven't done that.
I did most of the list.